Hello, YouTube. I'm going to talk about Louis Rosman, and I think a lot of people in the computer repair business, they know who is Louis Rosman, and I'm going to explain why I choose Louis Rosman business. The reason I deal with Rosman's group because I own a computer shop in Jersey City, New Jersey, and I have a small computer shop, and when it comes to repairing a MacBook, especially when it comes to board repair. Board repair is the motherboard repair is not, it requires a lot of skills. It's not an easy, it's not an easy and obvious repair. It's very delicate. It requires a lot of skills and a lot of training. So since I do not have the skills in terms of fixing uh, at the board level, at the chip level, I I chose I choose to Rosman's group because he has a very efficient way of repairing computers, and I like to deal with businesses that offer very efficient outcome. It's not, a lot of businesses, they just talk the talk, but when it comes to really delivering, they always fail. And I respect Rosman's growth because they deliver really high quality work. That's the reason why I want to provide to my customers, to my clients, at the end of the day, very efficient service. So I choose to deal with businesses that uh, align with my thinking. So that's the reason why every time I have an issue of a MacBook, I take it to them, and they always help me out. And it's been great. So I just want to give him recognition, and he's very, respect that he deserves. But he's already very popular on YouTube. He's doing an amazing job. And some would say, why wouldn't I just learn and do it myself? And that's a very tricky question because even though I've been working in repairing computers. I also do repair computers, phones, but I don't see myself in 10 years being in 10 or I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years. I don't see myself in doing a repair business, to be honest. That's the reason why I don't have the passion, for it. I'm not seeing myself when I project myself in the future. I don't see myself working in a repair place, owning a repair business, and the reason is very simple. When when it you know repair, you're dealing with a lot of big companies, and it's a very competitive area, and you're dealing with like Dell, Apple, uh, a lot of different, especially Apple. Is when it comes to the reason I want to talk about that is I want to show you a video in a few minutes to illustrate some of the points that I'm making. So here is my business. Let me just give you a, a little bit of okay. So it's called Freedom Tech in Jersey City. So I provide phone computer services, and even though this is a my bread in butter, I I tend to really look into the future whether it is something that I'm going to keep doing it for in the near future. That's the reason why I'm not putting myself. I'm not learning the skills in terms of fixing MacBook Pros. That's the reason why I take it to Erasmus Group, and they do amazing work. If you are a small computer repair, you probably should consider them because they have already established you know established a recognition. They do amazing job. So you probably need to take them instead of you trying to fix it and then you damage customers products. Then that's going to be a completely and it will be a mistake in business sense because you will not be able to get customers. So what I suggest to my clients, I mean, to especially small computer businesses, if you do not know how to fix a problem, don't waste your time on it. If because you'll probably make it worse, and the customer will be really unhappy at the end of the day. So the best thing to do is to take it to somewhere where the person is capable to provide uh, very efficient service. So this is the way I do. So getting back to the reason why I don't want to get into repair MacBook Pro is very simple. Luz Rosman is right now is fighting Goliath. He's fighting an uphill battle, and yes, he's a fighter. He's taking on Apple. Okay, but I'm not seeing myself in his shoes. All right, so I don't think the point because what happened is I don't want to have a business where you are dependent on on somebody else. Meaning, in this case, if you are doing a lot of Apple repair business, you don't want to be dependent on Apple because they change the rules all the time, and that they are not friendly to repair businesses because that's I mean, it makes sense in somehow because they want to control the business. They don't want to give it to anybody. So, do I really want to be at the mercy of a company where they can, change the rules immediately, and you will be out of business? This is what the reason why I don't want to be dependent, especially in any business. You don't want to be dependent to the point where if the big guy make a mistake, your business will suffer. So it's a very risky proposition. So let's watch the video. He's able to, the Wall Street is interviewing him. So let me share the video with you right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's watch a little bit. I'm gonna give my comment. All right, so let's see.
Center, and if you become an authorized repair center, you still can't get access to any of the stuff.
And was this originally an Apple document? Is this like something Apple put together?
Yeah, it says right in the bottom of it. It says over here, notice of proprietary property. This information contained herein is the proprietary property of Apple Inc.
An Apple spokesperson said that the company has an independent repair provider program, which provides access to Apple genuine parts, tools, training, service guides, diagnostics, and resources to perform a variety of out-of-warranty repairs. He added that the company has found individual chip replacements to be unreliable, which is why it replaces the full motherboard. However, Rossman...
Okay, that's that's really uh that's a really ridiculous claim. I mean, so Apple, the claim is the company cannot rely on individual replacement. This is ridiculous. I mean, you cannot change. You can, yeah, of course, you can change individual parts. Okay, I mean, let's suppose if you have a car and there's a problem with the radiator, or there's a problem with the headlight, or there's a problem with the engine. Are you going to just throw it away? Are you just going to change it? I mean, have a newer engine? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's keep watching.
And others say that this Apple program does not provide schematics or board views, and many specific parts that make repairs more affordable for consumers. After about 15 minutes of work, we were ready to see if it had been fixed. It's on.
It is on. And it's charging?
Okay, that was the MacBook Pro. But what about that MacBook Air?
No.
Rossman didn't have access to the board view document for that specific MacBook Air, which meant it was a no-go.
This one, even if I did have all the information, it doesn't really have the highest chance of being repairable. But when you combine the factor that it looks like this with the fact that I don't have all the information I need to do my job, I'd say screw this.
Why don't you have the information to do your job?
Because I can't find the board view because it's not available. I have to wait for someone at Apple or one of these factories to leak that board view and risk their job or risk them being in prison to one of those websites so that I can then buy it.
So this is exactly what I'm saying right now. So he cannot repair this specific MacBook Air because the information needed in order to fix that is not available. And who holds that information? Apple. You see, so he's at the mercy of Apple. I'm not sure how Louis Rosman will survive, especially in this business, because he doesn't have the leverage. The leverage is, I mean, basically he's dependent on Apple in order for his business to move forward. And I'm really concerned. I mean, he's able to really grow his business. I go there very often, and he got a lot of employees right now, from a smaller store to a bigger place, and this is very concerning. I understand Louis Osman is he's fighting. He want to make sure that people have the ability to repair their own products, which is really a honorable cause. But but from my perspective, I mean, that's from my perspective, it's it's a very uphill battle, and because as you can see right now, he cannot fix that, he cannot repair it because he's dependent on Apple to provide those schematics or the information needed to fix the computer. So he's completely dependent on Apple for his business to move. So okay, let's watch a little bit further and see what else is there.
He also said that getting the parts to fix the Air aren't available yet to him. So to recap, this 13-inch MacBook Pro works perfectly now. I even wrote this script on it, and I've been working on it. This MacBook Air, well, my only choice is really to go back to Apple and pay them $799 to fix it. Or I can buy a completely new MacBook Air for $999, which really doesn't seem like a choice at all. And that's what the right to repair is all about, giving us more choices to repair our stuff. Tech companies and opponents of the legislation argue that that choice can impact product safety and data security and put companies' intellectual property at risk. What do you want to see the most out of this legislation?
I'd like to see it have the teeth to be able to do the bare minimum, which is get us access to schematics, to board views, and to be able to buy these chips. It's odd to be a computer repairman and feel like the kid in high school that was selling weed out of the fourth stall, the lunch bathroom.
The future of all this now rests in the...
Okay, so you see the point. So I would encourage the viewers to go and support the right to repair, especially if you are in this business. So I think it's very interesting to see that the fight is not over. It's been like, I don't know, 3-4 years now, and it's still the problem continues. And I personally decided not to really go into this business. At some point I'm gonna just go out because you're dependent on big companies, and they can change the rules anytime. And but I would not discourage Louis Rosman or anybody else to find the solutions, because he's able to show that he can fight back, and we'll encourage and please support him, support the right to repair is very important. So thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe. If you have a different perspective, you can comment, and see you another time.